What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Freedom Fire Podcast, where we want to stoke the flames of freedom every single day. My name is Kendall Bowman, and ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you got to sit back over your 4th of July weekend and just appreciate the great things about our country, because we all know that Biden was appreciating some other things. Clearly, we got this story from the Post-Millennial. Biden's Secret Service says cocaine found in the West Wing of the White House, contradicting earlier reports. So the earlier reports were stating that they had just found cocaine in the White House and that someone had brought it in, and we didn't know where in the White House exactly, but now we officially know it was in the West Wing. Let's read. Reports emerged on Monday that cocaine was found on the White House grounds, causing the Secret Service to rush people outside and evacuate on Sunday. D.C. fire departments and a hazmat team responded to the scene, closing off paths around the White House. Now, the Secret Service has said that the substance was found in the West Wing, prompting a round of speculation as to how it got there. Now, I think we all know the most likely culprit. Let's continue. Hunter Biden. Yes, that's exactly who we're talking about. Hunter Biden, who was at the White House only 2 days prior to the discovery before taking a trip with his dad, the president, to Camp David, has a long history of drug use and abuse, as detailed both in his memoir, Beautiful Things, and as revealed through his abandoned laptop. An audio recording from D.C. Fire and Emergency Medical Services revealed that the substance tested positive for cocaine. It was said at first to have been found in the library 2 floors below the official residence. And you can see kind of a map here. This is from at Amused. Source: the small bag of cocaine found in the White House library just happened to be in the same room where Hunter Biden used his laptop. And you can see the map there. Oh, guys. This is embarrassing. I mean, this is extremely embarrassing for our nation. Absolutely insane. Now, like some sort of wacky clue game, it turns out that the cocaine was found in the West Wing, where president and staff spend their time. So now it is appearing that instead of being in the library, it is appearing that it is appearing like it was found in the West Wing, where the president and his staff like to spend the majority of their time. On Sunday evening, a statement from the Secret Service read on Tuesday afternoon per the Daily Mail. The White House complex went into a precautionary closure as officers from the Secret Service Uniform Division investigated an unknown item found inside a work area. The D.C. Fire Department was called to evaluate and quickly determined the item to be non-hazardous. The item was sent for further evaluation, and investigation into the cause and manner of how it entered the White House is pending. Speculation on social media abounded, with many noting that Hunter, a notorious drug addict, had been at the White House and may have left the drugs behind. Others noted that perhaps Biden staffers were using the drug. Still others, prior to the confirmation that the drug was actually the street drug cocaine, complained that it was merely a pain reliever with the same name. Yeah. Guys, this is a debacle. This guy is just an extreme embarrassment to our nation. It's embarrassing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and say that no presidents in the past have ever done anything wrong in the White House, okay? We've never had any kind of anything that they shouldn't have had in the White House. I'm not saying they didn't have it in the White House. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that ultimately it never got out to the public. If they did, it never got out, okay? Now, do I know that for sure that those presidents were doing that? Nope. But we know that they're doing it. We know that the Bidens are doing it. And once again, on the international stage, the world is laughing at us. See, it was all this crap back when Donald Trump was in office. Democrats would constantly say, "Oh, Donald Trump is embarrassing us on the world stage." Bro, what do you think Biden's doing? Our economy is in shambles. Our country's falling apart. We've never been more divided than we are right now. We've got riots in the streets. We got crime that has completely gotten out of control in the major cities. Our country is falling apart, and Biden's snorting a line in the White House. This is an embarrassment. This is unacceptable. And my question to you guys, specifically conservatives, Republicans, politicians in our Congress who said they were going to impeach this guy, hey, where the frick is that? Where's the impeachment, bro? Do it. Make it happen. Impeach him. Period. This has to be done. I'm not saying he's going to get removed from office. It's very unlikely he's going to be removed from office. But the reality of the situation is this is an embarrassment. He's making our country look bad. It's embarrassing. This would not have happened. Let me just say this. If this had happened under Donald Trump, he would have been impeached a third time immediately. Immediately. He would have been impeached a third time. Without question. Bro, that impeachment would have come down on his head the next freaking day, bro. The next day. But of course, like I've said in many videos before, we live in a two-tiered justice system. We live in a two-tiered society where the elites, well, not really the elites, because I would count Donald Trump as an elite, but the elites who are in the club, they get to just do whatever they want and get away with it. Whereas everybody else, I mean, my God, if I had cocaine, I would be in prison right now. I would be going to prison. But of course, the Bidens get special treatment because why? I don't know, man. I don't know. I lose it with stuff like this, man. I lose it. Because these same lefties that will sit here and complain about the elites and the millionaires and the billionaires, they'll support this. They'll support Hunter Biden and Joe Biden not going to prison for things that the average American would go to prison for. And they do stuff like this every day. Seemingly, at least. I don't know, man. But that's my question to you Republicans, man. Especially the ones in our Congress. Hey, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Hey, Lauren Boebert. Hey, Matt Gaetz. I mean, I freaking love you guys. I think you guys have been doing a great job. But where the mess is this impeachment? Where's it at? Impeach him. Do it now. Not later. Now. Make it happen. It's the imagery, guys. It's the imagery. We're not worried about whether he gets removed from office. We're not worried about that. We're worried about, are our representatives doing their job? And right now, you're not. He should have an impeachment coming down on him right now. This is Wednesday, July 5th. At some point today, at some point this week, he should have an impeachment coming for him. Where's it at? Anywhere? I don't see it. Once again, the Republican Party is spineless. No spine. Weak. I don't know, man. And here's the thing. I vote Republican most of the time. In fact, I've voted Republican every time. But guys, I'm just starting not to care. I might go libertarian. Because you're just so weak. The Republican Party is weak. Even when you guys have power, you don't use it. This is why everyone hates you. Even your own party hates you. Because you're spineless. You're weak. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's high time we really start thinking about our Republican leadership. Start thinking about whether or not we start removing some of these people from office. I don't care what, how good we thought that they were in the past. Impeachment needs to happen yesterday. And we haven't gotten it. However, this holiday weekend wasn't all bad, because yesterday we got this from the New York Times. Federal judge limits Biden officials' contact with social media sites. The order came in a lawsuit filed by the attorneys general of Missouri and Louisiana, who claimed the administration is trying to silence its critics. That's exactly what they're doing. Let's read. A federal judge in Louisiana on Tuesday restricted the Biden administration from communicating with social media platforms about broad swaths of content online. A ruling that could curtail efforts to combat false and misleading narratives about the coronavirus pandemic and other issues. Okay, New York Times. You mean it could be used to silence narratives that you don't like and doesn't fit your agenda. See, that's the reality of the situation. It's not silencing misleading or false narratives about these things. It's just silencing things that actually were right most of the time. You just didn't like it because it didn't help you. The order, which could have significant First Amendment implications, is a major development in a fierce legal fight over the boundaries and limits of speech online. It was a victory for Republicans, who have often accused social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube of disproportionately taking down right-leaning content. We know for a fact that they are. We have the papers, we have the documents from the Twitter leaks. Well, not Twitter leaks specifically, from the... I forget what they called it. Anyways, Elon Musk released a bunch of these Twitter documents all over Twitter to multiple different journalists. We know for a fact that they have been targeting and disproportionately taking down accounts from right-wing individuals. That's not up for debate anymore. We have that evidence. Sometimes in collaboration with the government. See, that right there is the issue. You can sit there all day and you can say, oh, but they're a private company. They can do whatever they want. And that's fine, sure. But the reality of the situation is that these people were doing these things under the guise of the government, under the watch of the government, under the command of the government. That is illegal. That goes against the First Amendment. That is unconstitutional. The government cannot do anything. The government cannot use a private company to restrict the speech of the citizens of the United States. That is illegal. That is unconstitutional. Let's read. Democrats say the platforms have failed to adequately police misinformation and hateful speech, leading to dangerous outcomes, including violence. Oh, you mean like the Black Lives Matter supporter that killed 5 people in Philadelphia over the weekend? Is that the type of violence you're talking about? Oh, you were talking about right-wing violence. Where, bro? Where? Oh, someone called a trans person a bad name on the internet? Welcome to the internet, bro. It happens every day to literally everyone. Grow up. That's not violence. But of course, you got Black Lives Matter running around killing people, shooting people in Philadelphia. Oh, y'all don't want to talk about that, though. Real silent in the media about that. In the ruling, Judge Terry A. Doughty of the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Louisiana said that parts of the government, including the Department of Health and Human Services and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, could not talk to social media companies for the purpose of urging, encouraging, pressuring, or inducing in any manner the removal, deletion, suppression, or reduction of content containing protected free speech. In granting a preliminary injunction, Judge Doughty said that the agencies could not flag specific posts to the social media platforms or request reports about their efforts to take down content. The ruling said that the government could still notify the platforms about posts detailing crimes, national security threats, or foreign attempts to influence elections. If the allegations made by plaintiffs are true, the present case arguably involves the most massive attack against free speech in the United States history, the judge said. The plaintiffs are likely to succeed on the merits in establishing that the government has used its power to silence the opposition. Courts are increasingly being forced to weigh in on such issues with the potential to upend decades of legal norms that have governed speech online. Right, because, it's, think back in the early days of the United States. We had decades of laws and legal norms that, allowed people to own slaves. Right? I bet you Democrats were really upset when that got overturned too, weren't you? They were. Not just because they had gotten their butts kicked in a war. Guys, just because something has been legal norm for a specific amount of time, or even for a significant amount of time, that doesn't mean it was right. It doesn't mean it was right. In fact, I would argue that in many cases, the government gets it wrong all the time. All the time, the government gets stuff like this wrong. All the time. This is why the courts are so important. Because they have to be able to go in and interpret these things and see, okay, is this constitutional or is it not? If I have the ability to say something in public, why would I not be able to say it in public online? You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. Especially when you have these massive platforms that essentially have become the public square. I'm excited about this, man. I think that this is huge. I think that this is a very big deal. I believe that this is going to come down on the Biden administration harshly. The question that I have is the Biden administration going to actually follow through and actually listen to the courts? I mean, we know that Biden has a long history of calling courts, not normal, or calling them, not a court, basically. Guys, we're living in dangerous times. However, we are making progress. Slowly but surely, we're making progress. And I'm excited about it. I think we're going to win in the end. I truly do. We made some progress when it comes to gun rights over the weekend as well. Guys, we got to keep fighting. We got to keep pushing. This should inspire us to keep going. We can't become complacent. We can't see stuff like this and think that, we've won, time to go home. No, we got to keep fighting. We got to keep pushing. Keep contacting your representatives. Keep talking to people in the streets. Keep getting out and protesting. Yeah, Antifa's going to show up. They're going to try to start stuff. Just is what it is today, man. Just is what it is. We can't allow these bums to scare us into giving up our rights. It's not going to happen, man. Keep fighting. Keep pushing. Keep moving forward. Keep moving towards freedom. We got to have it, man. We got to have it. All right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'm going to see you guys in the next episode on Friday. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment down in the comment section, share the show with your friends. Follow me on all the socials down in the description. Hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we put out new videos. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.